and a couple of our regulars say, we're not going to make it.
And what's the parts of the service that you can't do without?
Baruch, Kedusha, and Kaddish. However, we have an alternative for mourners Kaddish. Something will be done. I got one last thing. I don't know how I'm supposed to operate on my cup. Now what? Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Good to have you joining us. For those watching virtually, Shabbat Shalom to you. I'm glad you all are here as well. Welcome. Nice to see you all here. We're going to go ahead and begin this evening. We're going to be in the Siddur Lev Shalem. It's this book. There should be one in the pews in front of you. There might not be one in front of you. That's going to be the wrong one. The little brighter colors, you might need to check behind you. Or if you know Hebrew is not your strong suit, that's cool. We got you. There's on the two tables, one in the back, one on the side. We have a fully transliterated Siddur. If you know that Hebrew is going to be tough for you, that's what those are there for. So you can still follow along and not have to worry about reading in Hebrew. So if you want to check it out, feel free. We will go ahead and begin today on page 10. So we'll begin with Yedid Nefesh. Yedid Nefesh, Avarachama, Yeshuchata, Eretzona, Yaruta, Takemoraya, Ishtachabele, Ruhadara, Kiyeraglo, Yediduta, Minofetu, Melechota, Dunae, Zihala, Nafshichola, Ahavata, Anael, Nefanala, Eharona, Noanziga, Atitraze, Betitraze, Bahaitala, Shivchatola, Tikenu, Rachamecha, Vehuzna, Aleinu Haba, Kizekana, Mitzvot Nisa, Lirot Tiferet, Uza, Anaheli, Mahmad Livi, Ushana, Ve'altitala, Hikalena, Fros Habibala, Etsuka, Sheloma, Tahires Mikvoda, Nagila V'nismecha, Continue page 11. לכו נרננה, לכו נרננה, לכו נרננה לאדוני. לכו נרננה, לכו נרננה, לכו נרננה לאדוני. נביאה נביאה לצורי שני, וכמה פניו בתודה. נביאה לצורי שני, הזמינו נביאה לו. לכו נרננה, לכו נרננה, לכו נרננה לאדוני. לכו נרננה, לכו נרננה, לכו נרננה לאדוני. Join together at the red arrow, 5 lines from the bottom, page 2. שנה כובדו ואומרם תורי לבבם, הם לא ידעו דרכיו, אשר משפטי באבי, אם ידעו דרך מנוחתי. Page 13. שירו לאדוני שיר חדש, שירו לאדוני כל הארץ, שירו לאדוני ברכו שמו, עשו ביום יום ישועתו, ספרו בגויים כבודו, וכל העמים נפלאותיו, כי גדול אדוני ומעולם מאוד, נורא הכל אלוהים היה, כי כל אלוהי העמים אלילים באדוני, שמיים עשה ובאדם לפניו, עוז ותפארת במקדשו. עבור אדוני משפחות עמים, עבור אדוני כבוד ועוז, עבור אדוני כבוד שמו, צאו ממך, בואו לחצרותיו. Page 14, השתחוו לאדוני בהר הקודש, חילו מפניו כל הארץ. יבלו הגויים אדוני מלך, עתיקותיו אל תיפול. ידינם במשבים, ישמחו השמיים ותגר הארץ. ירם היה ומלואו, יעלו שדי בכל אשר בו. אז ירננו כל הצייר לפני אדוני, כי פעל לשפוט הארץ, ישפוט תבל בצדק, ולעמים באמונתו. Continue with Psalm 97, page 15, as we'll read responsibly in English. Adonai reigns, let the earth be glad, the many distant lands rejoice. Flashes of lightning illumine the land, the earth watches and trembles. Mountains melt like wax at the approach of Adonai, at the approach of the Master of all the earth. Worshippers of idols be shamed for praising false gods. All that is deemed supreme bow before God. You, Adonai, are above all that is earthly, exalted over all that is worshipped as divine. Light is sown for the righteous and joy for the upright. Rejoice in Adonai, you righteous people. And thank God as you pronounce the divine holy name. Page 17. Mizmor, Shir Adonai, Shir Chadash, Ki Niflaot Asah, Shir Lo Yeminam, Uzro HaKodsho, Di Adonai Yeshuato, Ve'enei HaKorim Kilat Tzidkato, Zachar Chatzon Ve'emunato, Beit Yisrael, Haruch Olasei Haaretz, Et Yeshua Eloheinu, Haviru Adonai Kol Haaretz, Yitzchu V'Ramenu V'Zameru, Zamru Adonai V'Chino, V'Chino V'Kol Zimra, V'Chatzot V'Kol Shofar, Hariu Livnei HaMelech Adonai, Yerah Ulo, Tevel V'Yosh Me'Val, Ne'aro Imcha Ucha, Yachad Amim Yehanenu, Livnei Adonai Kiva Yishkot Haaretz, Yishkot Tevel B'Tzedek, Ve'amim V'Mesharim, Page 19. My malach Yerushalayim Yosef Kivin Tenut Haaretz Ha'etzion Gadol Yahuva Kol Hamim. Join together with the red arrow, 3 lines from the bottom, page 3. Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtatavu le'ha'kodsho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtatavu le'ha'kodsho. Ki
kadosh Adonai Eloheinu from the moon. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu from the moon.
I invite you to rise as we turn to page 21 for the sixth and final psalm representing the 6 days of the week before we welcome in Shabbat. Psalm 29, page 21.
Is Mordechai, Hamul Adonai b'nei, Hamul Adonai, Kavod b'Hosea, Hamul Adonai, Kevod Shemo Yishkach, Hamul Adonai, Kehadras Kodesh, Kol Adonai Alamayim, El HaKavod Yiri, Adonai, Amarami, Kol Adonai, Bakoach, Kol Adonai Ve'ada, Kol Adonai Shomer Azim, V'Shaber Adonai et Razei Habanot, V'Yakidem K'mo Egel, Lebanon, V'Siryo, K'mo Maya, Kol Adonai Chotze V'Habodesh, Kol Adonai Yachil Mipar, Yachil Adonai Mipakadesh, Kol Adonai Kolel Ayalot, V'Yechesu Ye'aru, Uvechalo, Kulo Mekado, Adonai, Lama Yashav Yeshev Adonai, Leolam, Adonai Le'amo Yitin Adonai Yivarech et Amo V'Shalom. You may be seated. Continue as we welcome in the Shabbat bride with L'cha Dodi, beginning on page 23. About halfway through, we're going to switch tunes just to keep you on your toes and make sure you don't fall asleep. It's a long song. But there's always a disclaimer I give, and we'll change tunes as long as my brain will let me change tunes. But sometimes it doesn't like to switch. So we'll see what happens. We'll learn together, whatever happens. Page 23. L'cha Dodi likrat kala yana 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 Shabbat Kabbalat. L'cha Dodi likrat kala yana 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 Shabbat Kabbalat. Shamor v'zachor b'divorecha, Hishmiyanu el hamichad. Adonai echad, Yishmor echad, L'shem u'tiferet b'yihiyah. L'cha Dodi likrat kala yana 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 Shabbat Kabbalat. L'cha Dodi likrat kala yana 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 Shabbat Kabbalat. Likrat Shabbat lechulecha, ki mikol ha'bracha, merosh mikelen lesucha, sof matzeh v'machshachila. L'cha Dodi likrat kala yana 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 Shabbat Kabbalat. lecha dodi likra kala yada 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 Shabbat nekabela Mikdash melech Yemelucha Kumi tegi mitochacha Rala shebet emek havacha Behu yachamo alay yichna Lecha dodi likra kala yada 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 Shabbat nekabela Lecha dodi likra kala yada 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 Shabbat nekabela Page 24 Hinali me'afar kumi Lifshi b'echtifachami Amyad ben Yishai beit halami Korba nafshi ge'ala Lecha dodi likra kala yada 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 Shabbat nekabela Lecha dodi likra kala yada 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 Shabbat nekabela hitoreri kiba orech kumi uri shidaveri kavod elai nikla lecha dodi likra kala yada 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 Shabbat nekabela Lecha dodi likra kala yada 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 Shabbat nekabela Yananai lecha dodi yananai likra kala yananai b'nei Shabbat yananai nekabela Lo תבושי ולא תקמי מה תשתוכחי ומה תהמי פעם יחסו אני ימי ונבנתה קראתי לה יננאי לך דודי יננאי לקראת קלה יננאי B'nei Shabbat, Yananai, Nekabela. Page 25. V'hayu yeshisa, shosayich v'rachuko, me'alayich yasisalayich, Elohayich kimtzot chatan, al kala. Yananai, v'chadodi, Yananai, Likrat kala, Yananai, B'nei Shabbat, Yananai, Nekabela, Yami nusmo, Tikrotzi ve'Adonai, Ta'aliti ayad imesh, Ve'parti ve'nizmecha, Ve'nagila, Yananai, lecha dodi, Yananai, Likrat kala, Yananai, B'nei Shabbat, Yananai, Nekabela, Boi Shalom, Materet Bala, Gam B'simcha, Ubresola, Tov, Emunei, Am Segula, Boi Chala, Yananai, lecha dodi, Yananai, Likrat kala, Yananai, B'nei Shabbat, Yananai, Nekabela. You may be seated. Now that we welcomed in the Shabbat bride, it's only appropriate we continue with the psalm for Shabbat. Psalm 92, page 27, is begin at the top. Mizmor, Shir Yom HaShabbat, Mizmor, Mizmor, Shir. Shir Yom HaShabbat, Mizmor, Mizmor, Shir. Shir Yom HaShabbat, Mizmor, Mizmor, Shir. Shir Yom HaShabbat. Continue responsibly in English. The song of the day of Shabbat. It is good to thank you, Adonai, and sing to your name most high, to proclaim your love at daybreak, your faithfulness each night. To gladden me with your deeds, Adonai, and I shall sing of your handiwork. The arrogant do not understand, the fool does not comprehend this. The wicked flourish like grass, and every evildoer blossoms, only to be destroyed forever. Surely your enemies, Adonai, surely your enemies will perish. All who commit evil will be scattered. My enemies gather against me, my gaze remains steady, for my ears listen and hear.
Righteous storage in my faith home, plant like cedar in Lebanon, planted in the house of Adonai, flourishing of God's holy.
In old age they remain fruitful, still fresh and bountiful, proclaiming Adonai is upright, my rock, in whom there is no flaw. Page 29. This time, we'd like to take a moment and invite those in mourning and those who observe yurt sites to please rise, as I will continue the Mourner's Kaddish, page 30. Yitgadal v'yitkadash Shamei Rabbah, Ba'alma v'yivrach Yirutei v'yamich Malchutei, B'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayei Techor Beit Yisrael, Ba'agala v'zman Charib v'imru Amen. Yehei Shmei Rabba mevarach le'amam u'lamei hamayim. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yithadar v'yitalel v'yitalal. Shmei Kudsha B'reyachu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. Tushbechata v'nechamata. Da'amiran be'alma v'imru Amen. Yehei Shlama Rabba min Shamayim. V'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru Amen. V'oseh shalom v'imroma, v'yaseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'al kol yoshvei tevel v'imru Amen. That concludes the Kabbalat Shabbat portion of our service. I want to say Shabbat Shalom again. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for coming. At this time, I think what we'll do is I want us to pause for a moment before we go into Mari. So often we're really busy with our lives and we're busy jumping from one thing to the next thing to the next thing. I know I had at least 1 or 2 days this week that were one boom, boom. So, but sometimes we do that and we don't actually process anything that just happened. We're just so busy going from one thing to the next, we don't think about anything that we've done. So I want to invite us to take just 60 seconds to reflect on the week that passed. Any of the difficult things, any of the stressful things, try to let go of so we can spend Shabbat in a spirit of peace. And any of the good things that happened, any of the things that made us smile or laugh, hold on to those so we can also start Shabbat in a spirit of joy. If you'd like to close your eyes, feel free. If you don't want to close your eyes, that's cool too. But we'll take 60 seconds just to reflect for a moment. Invite you to come back. Since we're all one big family, whether you know it or not, we're all one big family here. So anybody have anything they'd like to share from the past week? Any bad news, any good news?
Yeah, just going with Hebrew on my own.
Yeah? Are you taking a class? You have a teacher?
No.
Duolingo?
Actually, just using English only, take one word and.
Well, after this, how's it going? This was your test, apparently.
Well, yeah.
Test for yourself to see how you're doing if you're following along. So how's it coming?
I mean, I don't know. There's a lot.
There is a lot. I don't know everything either, so I'm working on it too. But b'hatzlacha, good luck in your studies and learning. Yes.
So we just returned from a long summer trip and just happy to be home. We had safe travels and
Where'd y'all go?
we were in Ireland and England. So seeing cousins in both places and celebrating some events. And
Very cool.
so.
Very cool. My parents used to do a lot of traveling. Ireland was one of my stepmom's 2 favorite places. Maybe it was at least in the top 3 or 4, but she loved Ireland. She thought it was great. So I'm jealous.
First time there.
Is the Guinness really better there than it is here?
Well, I learned that Guinness is kind of a Dublin thing, right? Static from Dublin. But we were down in Cork, West Cork, and there's a whole nother stout there called Murphy's. And there's a whole
Murphy's is
dynamic
good,
Murphy's versus Guinness. I drank a lot more Murphy's. So I like them both, but
Murphy's is good. I think I've had Murphy's too. I haven't had it in a while, but Murphy's is good too. Welcome home. Glad to have you back. Glad it was safe, good travels. Glad you got to spend some time with family, and we're glad to have you back. So enjoy. Anybody else? Anything to share? So yeah, my family's officially all back at school now. Congratulations. Thank you. She had gone one other time, but I officially took my daughter driving for the first time this past week. That was fun. It was good. She did great.
She did great.
Like those fingernail marks on the inside of your.
No, I mean, we did an empty parking lot, so it wasn't that stressful. But,
Oh,
she did a great job, so.
there only has to be one other car in the parking lot.
There was one other car in the parking lot, but we stayed pretty far away from it, so it was fine.
It happened to me, it can happen to anyone.
She said at one point, she's like, should I try parking next to that car? I'm like, no, you don't need to do that. But she did great, I was proud of her, and she's officially in driver's ed now too, so, somebody else can take her sometimes also, but, we'll keep practicing with her too. That was it. Anybody else have anything to share? Well, we're glad y'all are here, we're glad you're joining us, nice to have you part of our service today and part of our community, and, glad to be starting with you. We'll go ahead and continue, page 39B. As I invite you to rise for the bar. Et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. You may be seated. Baruch et Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kila ma'asat b'yom hashvi'i, v'yikre'ehu Shabbat kodesh me'erev v'ad erev, v'natanu menucha la'moizvel b'kedushato. Kolei yom v'layla, kolel or mibnei choshech, v'choshech mibnei or, ma'avir yom v'mevei layla, ma'avir lebeinu lebein layla, Adonai tzavot shemo. Chai v'kayam, tamidim lo chaleinu le'olam va'ed, Baruch et Adonai. Page 40. Ahavat olam beit Yisrael, amcha ahavta, Torah u'mitzvot, chukim u'mishpatim, otanu limadeta. Al ken Adonai Eloheinu, Shocheinu v'kumeinu, nasiach b'chukecha, v'nismach b'divrei Toratecha, u'b'mitzvotecha, le'olam va'ed. Ki hem chayleinu ve'yorech yameinu, ve'yorech yameinu, u'ahem negeh yomam v'layla, yomam v'layla. Ha'barcha tasir b'menu l'olamim, Baruch atah Adonai, Elohe amo Yisrael. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha, b'chol levavecha, b'chol nafshecha, b'chol me'orecha, ve'hayu ha'adamim ha'eleh, asher Anochi atzavecha, hayom ad levavecha, v'shinantam levanecha, v'dibarta bam, v'shivtecha b'beitecha, u'v'lechtecha b'derech, u'v'shoftecha u'kumecha, u'kshavtam leot al yadecha, v'chayu letotokot b'neinecha, u'k'tavtam al mezuzot beitecha, u'v'yisharecha, v'haya im shamot tishma'u et mitzvotai asher anochi mitzvotechem hayom v'hava et Adonai Elohechem u'lo'oto b'chol levaveichem u'b'chol nafshechem.
anymore. Adonai Elohechem emet. I'm not sure you can't like it. We'll continue responsibly in the English, page 43b. You proclaimed the covenant on the seventh day.
You declared it and decreed it. You listened and heard it.
You loved the city we inherited, delighting in its remembrance.
And began its command with the word remember, Zachor.
From the time you bestowed it, joy filled the hearts of Yeshurun, the people you redeemed.
Securing the cause of righteousness.
You exalted Shabbat as a sign between us forever. In 6 days your world was formed, on the seventh day you rested.
And on this day your people.
To honor your name, they sing songs of praise to the one deserving of praise. We continue together, page 44. מי כמוך נדר בקודש, נורא תהילות עושה פלא. מלכותך רבו בניך, כי גם לפני משה, זה לנו ואמרו, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד, ונאמר, אדוני את יעקב, הוא גלומי החזק ממנו, ברוך אתה אדוני, גאל ישראל. Page 45. השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום, וחרבינו מקינו לחיים ופוסקנו שכשלומך. ושמור לצאתנו כהן וחיים ושלום את אבינו אלום, פוסקנו שכשלומך. ברוך אתה אדוני, וסוכת שלום עלינו ועל כל עמו ישראל, ועל ירושלים. Invite you to rise as we turn to page 46. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת, דורתם ברית עולם. בין בני ישראל אותי לעולם, כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, וביום השביעי שבת היינו. יתגדל ויתקדש שמך, דברה שפיטותי וימליך מלכותך, וחייכם יום יומכם, ובחייכם בית ישראל, בגלה בגלה, ובזמן קריב אמן. ישמי רבם בברכה, Yalom yom leom baya, Yiparach v'yishtabach v'yipar v'yitramah v'yitnaseh, Yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei dekudsha b'rechu, Le'elah min kol birchata v'shirata, Tushbechata v'nechemata, Tamiram ve'amah, Amen. We'll remain standing for the Amidah, which is recited privately in the evening, beginning on page 47 and going through page 52. Please feel free to use the Hebrew, the English, or to use this time for your own personal prayer and reflection. When we're done, we will continue standing afterwards, so if you don't want to get down and sit down and up and up and down, feel free to just kind of close your book so I know you're done and, before we move on. If you're still praying, please take your time, finish at your own pace. As I promised before, I invite you to rise as it will continue page 53. Hulu Hashamayim Beharet Bechol Zevah Echad Elohim B'yom Hashvi V'lachto Asher Asa וישבור ביום השביעי מכל מלאכתו אשר עשה. ויברך אלוהים את יום השביעי ויקדש אותו, כי בו שבת מכל מלאכתו אשר ברא אלוהים לעשות. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו אלוהי אבותינו, אלוהי אברהם, אלוהי יצחק, אלוהי יעקב. Elohei Sarah, Elohei Mika, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el, Ha'gadol, Ha'gibor, Ha'hanora, elyon, v'neshamayim v'aretz, magin avot bivaro, v'chayim metim v'maro, Hashem HaKadosh Ein Kamohu, Amen Yafleamo, Yom Shabbat Kodosho, Kivam Ratzon Lahaniach Lahem, Kivam Ratzon Lahaniach Lahem, V'lefanan Havon V'yerav V'chad, V'noten V'shmo V'chor Yom Tamid, Me'or HaBrachot. וקדש השבת והשביעי מן יעמדי קדושה ויעמדו שני אורות זכר למעשה בראשית. Page 54. Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu, Zeinu Lateinu, Kachenu b'mitzvotecha, V'teichakeinu b'toratecha, Saveinu b'turecha, V'samteinu b'shuvatecha, V'tanei Yirvotecha V'elen, Middle of page 54. Yikra Mikra Shemera Ba, Gramati Kashi Jenya Bechmaku Bechon Bechon, Khaifa Beit Israel, Bagalam Isman Karim Imru, Amen, Yehish Mera Ba Mevarach, Yalma Ram Me'amaya, Yipra, Bishtamach Yipra Vitruman Bina Sevit, Rabit Levit Lashmit Kucha, Lelam Kubechata Bishimata, Tushbechata Benechamata, Minan Be'amam Imru, Amen. Tikrat Luton, Holy Circle of the Vishmaya Vimru, Amen. Yeshua Vishmaya, Haimale Bakor Israel Vimru, Amen. Yose Shalom Vimruma, Yase Shalom. Aleinu V'Yakor Yisrael, V'Akor Yishmeteba, Vimru, Amen. We'll remain standing for Kiddush, page 55. Zafri Chavarai. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei pri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddeshanu b'mitzvotav v'naseh banu, v'shabbat kodsho v'yavau ratzon hinchilanu, zikaron le'maaseh b'reishit. Kiru Yom Tefillah Yikrei Kodesh, Zecher L'Tziat Mitzrayim. Kivanu B'charta, Elkanu Kidashta, Mikol Ha'amim, V'shamar Kodshecha, Mekadesh Hashabbat Chaim. We'll remain standing for a later, page 56. Aleinu l'shabeach l'Adon Hako, Ateinu al Yotzer Breshit, Shelo asa Yirei Ha'asut, V'lo samanu mishpachot ha'adam, Shelo sam kalpinu kahem, V'goroinu kechol ha'amanam,
שחרי ומורי, לפני מלך המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא, שבולם את השמיים ויוצא הארץ, משה מקרוב בשמיים נמעך, ושכינת סוסו, לגובי מרומי, הוא אלוהינו אלוהינו, אלוהינו וקצרתו, כתבתו בתורתו, לקראת היום, ויחשבותה אל לבבך. כי אדוני הוא אלוהים, בשמיים נמעל, והארץ מתחת עינו.
לא עליהם אלא בעת כמעטות של חגים, ולפי התינוק כל כתוב, נחל נמלוך לעולם ועד.
למלך על כל הארץ, היום ההוא, יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
May be seated. This time we take a moment to remember those who, though they no longer walk this earth, remain alive in our hearts and minds. We recognize that tonight and in the past week we observed the birthdays of Chaim Bronstein, George Cohen, Melvin Cohen, Philip Cohen, Toby Kahn, Irving Fingerman, Saul Fleischer, Ellen Whitehouse, Bella Greenberg, Bertha Greenwald, Max Halloran, Julius Hellman, Alberta Israel, Milton Jacobson, Max Kimmerling, Henry Landau, Edna Lemkin, Irving Lebowski, Anita Lichter, Nancy Manning, Esther Martz, Philip Michelson, Suzanne Bouillon, Norman Mirren, Nell Portnow, Bernie Resnick, Melvin Robbins, Minerva Rosemore, Charlotte Schiff, Eleanor Schockett, Hannah Stein, Rose Steinberg, Ryan Tuck, Fanny Weintraub, Louise Relinsky, Sarah Zalkin, Ida Zaidman, Jay Zip, and Emmanuel Zippitz. We also continue to mourn the recent passings of Mickey Rubenstein and Joan Hart. Now we bracha, may their memories be a blessing. As we invite those in mourning and those observing yurtzeits to rise from Mourner's Cottage, page 58. Yikadal, Yikadash, Shemei Rabba, Alma, Yigrach, Yirutei, Yamich, Machutei, Chayechom, Yamechom, Chayei, Chayei, Yisrael, Ha'akala, Yizman Kair, Yimru, Amen. Yehei Shnei Rabba, Mevarach, Le'alam, Elamei, Amen. Yibarach, Yishtabach, Yitahar, Yitimam, Yitnaseh, Yitadar, Yitalem, Yitalam, Shmei Bekutsha, Pleichu. Le'elam, in kol birchata v'shivata, tushbechata v'nechmata, Elamiran ve'alma, Imru, Amen. Yehei Shlama Rabba min Shemayim, v'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, Imru, Amen. Yosef Shalom b'Roma, v'yaseh Shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'al kol Yishvei Tevel, Imru, Amen. be seated. Before we conclude, just a couple brief announcements. You're going to have to forgive me. I'm flying doubly blind today with the announcements. For one, there's not an announcement sheet. And for two, Aaron's not here to remind me of the things that I might forget that would have been on the announcement sheet had I forgotten. So, I'll do my best. Tomorrow morning, 9:30, right back here. I hope you'll join us. Shabbat services, of course, but also we'll be celebrating the roof and the upcoming wedding of Haley Kianoff and Jordan Sappler. So come celebrate with the Kianoff family and Jordan and his mom and anybody else who's coming to come celebrate their upcoming wedding. Looking forward to celebrating with them. And then stick around for lunch, which is sponsored by the Kianoff family as well. If you haven't signed up yet, and we put it this way, if you've always wanted to talk about me behind my back and you haven't had the chance, this is your chance. Because you can sign up, there's a board meeting on Wednesday. You can sign up to give feedback to the board directly on how I'm doing, to help them decide whether or not I'm continuing to be here. So, sign up if you want to talk about me, either direction, sign up and let them know. That's going to be that's Wednesday night. Next Shabbat, we're celebrating your anniversary as well, so come celebrate Sylvia and his wife on their 36th wedding anniversary. Cool. The following, I almost forgot, Sunday. Sunday, Men's Club is sponsoring a family bowling day, so at the Stavia Bowl, so come on by and come bowling with us on Sunday. Shoes, I believe it's $18, shoes are included, 1:30 p.m. at the Stavia Bowl. Now I can keep going the following week. The 27th, we are hosting a delegation from Israel through the Israeli consulate. They are sending 5 IDF reserve soldiers here to talk about their personal experiences over the last 10 plus months. It's at 11:30 here at Bethel. Registration is up. Please sign up ahead of time so we know how many people to expect. It is a free event, but we are offering a boxed lunch. So if you want a lunch, I believe it's $12 for a lunch. It'll be from 11:30 to about 1 o'clock. So come on by. Tuesday the 27th. Yes. We will be closed for Monday, was the 2nd, September 2nd for Labor Day, but the following Friday, the 6th, we'll be having the Blue Jeans Shabbat, the dynamic duo of davening. Robin Berger and Dahlia Abrams will be helping lead Friday night services, and Warren's Fried Chicken will be served as well. So, just coming for Friday night wasn't enough motivation. You got Dahlia and Robin leading services, and if that wasn't enough, Warren's Fried Chicken should be. So come sign up and come join us for that. And then September 7th, we'll be celebrating the Feinberg's anniversary as well. I don't want to say it wrong. I think it's 60-something years that they've been married. I don't remember the exact number offhand right now. But, and then finally, I'll say September 18th is the next Torah on Tap. It's co-sponsored by Gen XYZ. It will be held at Elysian Gardens in Avondale. So first round's on us, so all the more reason to come by. All are invited. And the last thing is, in case you didn't know, high holidays are in fact coming up. First night of Rosh Hashanah is Wednesday night, October 2nd. So information will be coming out in the next couple weeks. So check your email, check our website for anything that you want to know. It'll all be there. Anything that you know that I'm forgetting. It makes me nervous having to do it on the fly, but thank you. Unless I forgot important things and then I didn't do it. We'll conclude today. We'll do it a little different. We'll conclude with Shalom Aleichem on page 73. We'll be working on a slightly different tune. So the good news, I say the bad news is it's a new tune, so if you don't know it, it's going to be unfamiliar. The good news is it's a highly repetitive tune, so if you don't pick it up right away, by the third one, you'll be good as gold, because they'll just keep repeating. So page 73. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Shalei, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malachei Hamlachim, Hakadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Shalei, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malachei Hamlachim, Hakadosh Baruch Hu. Vayayay Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Shalei, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malachei Hamlachim, Hakadosh Baruch Hu. Borechem Shalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malachei Hamlachim, Hakadosh Baruch Hu. Borechem Shalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malachei Hamlachim, Hakadosh Baruch Hu. Borechem Shalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malachei Hamlachim, Hakadosh Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu Shalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malachei Hamlachim, Hakadosh Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu Shalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malachei Hamlachim, Hakadosh Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu Shalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malachei Hamlachim, Hakadosh Baruch Hu. Tzidchem Shalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malachei Hamlachim, Hakadosh Baruch Hu. Tzidchem Shalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malachei Hamlachim, Hakadosh Baruch Hu. Tzidchem Shalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malachei Hamlachim, Hakadosh Baruch Hu. Shabbat Shalom. Wishing everyone a peaceful and a restful Shabbat, and hope to see you all back here in the morning. Shabbat Shalom. And if you see people you don't know, introduce yourself. Make a friend to me.
Hello. Shabbat Shalom. Thank you.
What are you doing?
Welcome back to the States. We're having a good time.
Thank you. You had a really good time.
Yes.
It's really fun.
No, this is bad.
A long 3-week trip. It's just about
Two blocks down.
done. So are you bouncing
It
around?
happened. People get used to this.
I'll see y'all next week. I'm just actually coming over here during yeah, I kind of just bounce around everywhere.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, my family was like
Two
affiliated.
blocks that way, so.
I have to tell you, your
This is
grandfather
starting to go
performed a wedding
Yeah.
of my brother and sister-in-law that is still married, like 45 years later.
I'm sorry you got mixed up.
Around-
Mixed up.
No, I had to get it.
Oh, nice.
my
You
part.
got a new place?
Yeah,
Or?
I'm
Tell
living
them
on
about
4th
it.
Avenue. Right near my wife.
Okay.
Love it. It's
Yeah.
phenomenal.
Where-
Looking forward to the day tour on tap happens over there. Where?